Yo, what's up? In today's video, I'm gonna talk about saving versus spending in your 20s. And today's topic was brought to you by a comment. I'm assuming it's A Maher 10, Maher 10, A Maher 10. He writes, a topic you could discuss is how to best balance saving slash investing versus spending on experiences in your 20s, pros and cons of both, what you personally did in your 20s, and what you liked would have done different. I kind of broke down what you wrote here just in a couple of bullet points. So in this video, I'm gonna cover how to balance saving versus investing versus spending, pros and cons, what did I do, and what would I do differently. In terms of pros, and this is just my opinion, I think with pros for saving money in your 20s, right? The main thing is every dollar you save today will be worth a lot more in the future because it's gonna grow, right? And you have a lot more time in the market. And you've heard everyone say this. It's like don't time the market. It's not about timing the market. It's about time in the market, which it sounds annoying, but it is pretty true, right? So any dollar you save today is going to be worth a lot more in the future. Even if you take in inflation, the S&P 500 is probably going to be worth a lot more than it is now. It's almost a guarantee in 20 years it's going to be worth more than it is now. So for every dollar you save, you want to think about, oh, it's not just a dollar I'm saving, it's a multiple of a dollar I'm saving, right? It could be 10x that money. Another pro to saving, I think, is developing the skills and the mindset to save early is super important. It's super important because obviously saving is a skill. Budgeting is a skill. It's also a mindset. And if you don't have this mindset or this skill when you're an adult, your life is going to be super fucked. It's going to fuck up your entire life. I guarantee it. It's going to fuck up your marriage. It's going to fuck up your job. Like your life is going to be fucked. So you need to be able to budget and save at some point, and you might as well learn now. So that's a good skill. That's a good pro to have. And the third pro to saving money in your 20s is it feels really nice to have money. Having that security and just you have money in the bank just feels good, right? You can literally put a price on it, but at the same time, it's a good feeling. Anyways, as far as cons go to not saving money in your 20s, yeah, if you save money in your 20s, then you're probably gonna miss out on stuff, right? To be fair, you're always gonna miss out on stuff. It's just how much stuff you're gonna miss out on. And another con I think is accurate is it makes you less fun to hang out with. If you're always trying to save money, people aren't gonna want to hang out with you, and that's just the way it goes. As far as spending money, the pros of spending money is you get to do stuff, right? You get to do a lot more stuff. And then you also get to act like you have more money to spend, which is kind of nice. And then the cons would be, yeah, you obviously have less money because you spent it all. And then it's not just the money that you spend, it's the opportunity cost. It's the opportunity cost of how your money is going to grow. And I think a big con to spending money in your 20s or focusing on spending more money in your 20s is that life will be a lot more stressful later because you don't have that nest egg saved up. Cool. So how do you balance this, right? I think right now I'm talking about, hey, black or white, should you be saving or spending? Like you do one or the other. But I don't think that's what you have to do. I think you can spend money in some places and save money in some places. So what you really want to do is you want to figure out what's important to you and just spend your money there and then save your money on everything else. So if you don't really care about it, save money on it. If you do care about it, then spend money on it. That's easy as that. And another thing I want to talk about is mindset is super important too. So if you're going to spend a lot of money, what's your mindset, right? So for example, when I was in my 20s, we used to hang out with these guys that had friends in finance, and they would literally spend their entire bonus on like a watch. So I remember talking to this guy. He made like a 50K bonus, right? So he got like 30K payout after taxes, and he spent all that money on a 30K watch. And we were probably like 26, right? And I was like, bro, that's crazy. But his mindset was, hey, every year I'm just gonna make more money, and this money right now, although it's all the money I have, it's not a lot of money to me, and I'm gonna keep making more money, and that's his motivation. So whatever your mindset is and what you're doing, if you're gonna spend your money, make sure you have the right mindset to back it up and make sure that you can continue living that lifestyle. One of the questions is how do you save? And I made like 2 or 3 videos on this in the past, and I could talk about this forever, but it's actually super simple. And I think everyone needs to know how to save. So I'll give you the Cliff Notes version in the next 30 seconds or so, but I'll post a video on it in more detail. I have a video on how to save and also how to save if you have a wife. But basically, it's really simple. All you want to do is automate it. So when you get your paycheck, typically, whoever is doing your payroll, you can split that money into a bank account. So let's say, for example, every month I want to save $400. So when you get your paycheck, it would take $400 off of that and put it into a different bank. Not like a checking savings, but in a little different bank than whatever bank you bank with, right? So $400 is automatically saved, and then at the same time, you want to figure out, okay, every year I can contribute X dollars to my retirement, whether that's 401k, that's already automatic. But if it's an IRA or Roth IRA, how is that going to work? Every month, it just pulls that money. Let's say it pulls $150 out of your account every month, and that's just automatically saved. Okay, so that savings is already done. You can do that with investment as well. Every month, I'm gonna pull out $100 a month. Is it going to S&P 500? That's automatic. So you don't have to do anything. And then all the money left in your bank account, that's guilt-free spending. You can spend that money, don't feel bad about it, spend on whatever you want. As long as you don't go over, you're fine, right? You can waste it, you can do whatever you want with this. It's guilt-free. The only other thing to note is credit cards are great, but just make sure every time you spend something on your credit card, you have the money in your bank to back it up. It's really just for making points and getting bonuses, right? That's all it is. Credit cards, you sign up for credit cards, you get the bonus, and then you cancel them before the annual fee comes, and then you just do it over and over again, and you pay it off every month. That's all you gotta do. And then once a month, you want to track your net worth. Basically, get all the accounts you have, put it in a spreadsheet, add a line item. In July 2025, I was worth this much. In August 2025, I was worth this much. How much difference is it? What went well? What didn't go well? And then just track it, right? If you track it, then it's going to improve. That's it. That's how you save. Okay, so what did I do? I kind of just did what I just wrote right there. So I actually did prioritize saving a lot. I basically prioritized spending money on trips and spending money with my friends, just going out with my friends, basically, or social things. I did not spend a lot of money on anything else. So like, I don't really like things, so I didn't really buy any clothes. I didn't really buy any. I still drive the same car I had in college, which is a 2010 Honda, which was paid off probably by like 2015 or something like that. Yeah, personal items. I never really bought anything, so I don't buy anything nice. And for my food, I basically just ate Costco food, or I ate at Chipotle when I was in my 20s. And I'm kind of the same way now. I still drive that car. I probably spend a lot more money on food now than I did, but health is more important when you're 37 than when you're 23. For dating, I actually tried my best not to spend money on dating. Like when I was in my earlier 20s, I just there's a thing where I just try to spend as little money on girls as possible, which I guess I guess it worked out, right? Because I got married, I got a wife, I got married, everything was fine. I still went out a lot. In terms of what I would do differently, if I could go back in time and tell myself something, I would tell myself not to worry so much. In my 20s and even 30s, I spent a lot of mental energy thinking about things or worrying about things that didn't happen or wishing things that would happen. And none of that mental energy helped my situation at all. And it actually probably made it worse because it becomes a cycle. And it wasn't until recently where I developed a process to try to change my mindset into more of an abundance mindset than a scarcity mindset, is where I started to change a little bit. And it brought me a lot more calmness and happiness. So yeah, this is not just a 20-year-old thing, but this is probably just a lifetime thing. And that's what I would do differently. So a couple other points I want to talk about in your 20s as far as investing goes. And this may not be common advice, and maybe it's not even good advice, but I think when you're in your 20s, you should 100% take bigger risks with your money. And a lot of times they always tell you to diversify. So you want to put your money somewhere, put your money somewhere else, and split it amongst a lot of different investments. And the reason for that is then you don't lose all your money at once. But you're basically guaranteeing that you can't make a lot of money either because you're diversified, right? I would say if you're in your 20s and you have a good investment idea and you want to invest like 80% or 100% of your net worth into that idea, I say just do it. If you lose the money, yeah, that sucks and you got to start over. But if you make money, the opportunity is really big. Because let's say you make 2, 3, 4, 5 extra money in your 20s, that's worth a lot more than if you multiplied your money in your 30s or 40s or 50s, right? So like 500K to a 25-year-old is going to be worth so much more than 500K to a 35-year-old, because you have so much opportunity to do things because you're not tied down, you don't have as much responsibilities, you don't have kids yet, whatever. And yeah, so I say definitely take risks and just YOLO it, man. Obviously, the investments you want to YOLO in are things that you research, you understand the risks and stuff, but yeah, don't put all your money into multiple baskets. Put it all in one basket. Another thing to note is you don't want to think about money when it grows linearly. What might happen in the beginning is when you're saving money, it feels really slow. You're like every month I'm saving 150K. Oh, no, sorry, $150, and at the end of the year you're only saving like what, $1,800. And man, it feels so slow, and I'm not getting anywhere. Just trust me when I say your money is going to snowball. And at some point, it's going to grow really, really fast. So your first 100K that you save is going to take a long time. The next 100K will be a fraction of whatever the first 100K took you, right? So just trust the process. Keep doing it. Don't get discouraged. And another thing to keep in mind when you're young is, yeah, chase money, but just know that you're not going to get rich from your salary. Or let me rephrase it. You're not going to get wealthy from your salary. You're not going to be able to buy back your time in a way from your salary. You have to make money with your money as well. Even if you make more and more money, you're going to get more and more responsibilities, right? You're always going to be trading time for money. You need to figure out how to take some of that money that you make from your salary and trade it for more money. And that's how you're going to basically beat the rat race. So Hope that helps. Thank you for watching. And once again, last video I made a slide just talking about well, first of all, thanks for commenting and writing comments. And I was saying how, hey, yeah, I actually don't update as much because I don't have content to update about, and I only update something when I feel like people would benefit from it. So if you have any ideas, feel free to leave them, and I'll make a video on it. Thanks. Talk to you soon. Bye.